Hi Pisces, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. I hope you're well. I'm going to take a second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Pisces out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember too that the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating Pisces, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Pisces? Pisces. Look at you seated in your power there, looking at your love empire, Pisces. I like that. I'm hearing some of you might be isolating yourselves a little too much. Be careful with that. All right, so Pisces, you are starting out with the King of Cups. Very strong water energy. You have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. And you have the Three of Swords in the reverse. So there's a situation that at some point hurt you very, very deeply. Caused a lot of confusion in your life. And now that's resolving. There's a lot of healing that's taking place. I feel like you feel more like yourself. You're more, in charge. I feel like you've made some decisions with regard to love. You're kind of, basking in that energy. It's a very nice energy. It shows me that you've gone through heartbreak. You've gone through a lot of confusion. All of that's resolving for you, and you're feeling more like yourself. You're feeling very in control of your life. There is somebody you're keeping an eye on, though. Somebody you've chosen to be in your life. So let me look at their energy. Show me who's in Pisces' life. A period of confusion has ended for you. A period of heartbreak and confusion. All right, so the person that's in your energy, we have these Six of Swords. We have the Death card in reverse, and we have the King of Wands in the reverse. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or a Scorpio. But what I'm seeing is that this is somebody that likely moved out of your life, maybe in the fall time frame. Fall might have something to do with this. But this is somebody who is wanting to move things to a more calm energy, a more positive energy. There could be some upcoming changes. There's something about fall. And I'm also seeing that this person, they want to leave behind some sort of chaos, some kind of a chaos. And you're watching this person pretty intently. Now, I do see that there was an ending between the two of you, but this person always kept the light on. They always kept that door open for you. There's a tie between the two of you that they felt had never been broken. Okay? So they didn't feel that things were over between the two of you. However, with the King of Wands in the reverse, I see this person has a lack of action going on currently. So, and also be careful because Pisces, this person can be very charismatic. I feel like they're very attractive, and people generally like to be in their energy until they don't. This person can turn on a dime, and they can be mean and vindictive. So be careful about that. All right, so let me see the energy between Pisces and this person. The Four of Pentacles. You're both still holding on to whatever the chaos was that happened. You might be watching to see, is this person going to take the right action? Are they actually going to? There could be something that they have to do this coming fall. I mean, fall is right around the corner, and you're watching to see if they're going to do that. Or you could be watching to see, are they actually going to move this forward? Because right now they're not taking action, but you're definitely keeping an eye on them. There's also, whatever the chaos that was between the two of you that caused the heartache, that caused the confusion, I feel like it's not quite resolved. There's some things here that's not quite resolved, and you're both kind of sitting on those things. That being said, We also see that you both were holding on to each other's energy as well. Now, there could be something to do with finances here also that is affecting this connection. Let me see. You may have to be watching your finances real close. It could be a financial loss that may have occurred. So what's affecting the connection? We have the Four of Cups in the reverse, and we have the Page of Cups. Okay, so what's affecting this connection is that you want this new beginning. You've already made up your mind. This person is your person. This is the one for you. And you're trying to create this new beginning. You're trying to create it the way that you want it, to paint it, as it were, the way that you want it to be. And I feel like your intentions are really good, maybe a little naive, I have to be honest with you. But you're choosing this person. And they're so focused on something here from the past. Either that, or they might feel like you are. There's a sense here of this person feeling like things are not over between the two of you. However, they're focused on something here from the past. Possibly even a third party, but I don't really get that. I just feel like the two of you are still holding on to something that occurred. It's not being processed out. And so therefore, both of you are a little guarded with each other. It's like you want to be together, but you're both guarded. And more so this person than you. Because they're the one that's so focused on the past, they can't see this beautiful life that you're trying to bring in. So let me see. Show me the outcome for Pisces. This person may have at some point felt like you were discounting them, that they were trying to make up with you and you couldn't see it or wouldn't see it. I will also tell you that stability is extremely important to this person. I mean, it's important to everybody, but this person, really wants that. All right, so in your outcome, we have the moon in reverse. And so that's actually really good in that something here is going to be revealed to you. It's going to be bigger than what you think it is. Or it might just appear to be bigger than what it actually is. But I feel like somebody here is making a mountain out of a molehill. And I do feel like that's going to be revealed. There's going to be things that will be revealed or epiphanies had by each party. You with regard to healing and them with regard to action. All right? There could be some secrets that are coming out too. So just be aware. Yeah, definitely. Bottom of the deck is the High Priestess in the reverse. There's definitely a need to trust your intuition. Some of you could have gotten a tarot reading or taken some bad advice from a tarot reader. So just remember that you never want to give up your power to a tarot reader, a psychic, or anybody for that matter. You trust your intuition. But what I'm seeing here is that there is definitely something that's going to be revealed towards the end of the week. Some kind of a secret perhaps, or possibly just an epiphany is going to be had. Now, you could be dealing with a Cancer sign or a Scorpio, but let's clarify your reading. Spirit, why is the King of Cups here for Pisces? Why is the King of Cups here? All right, we have the Five of Pentacles reversed, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, so whatever you're holding on to here that's making you so guarded, Pisces, that's blocking this reunion. You want the reunion, you want a reconciliation because you love this person, and you're looking for that reconciliation, but whatever it is that you're holding on to or that you're guarding, or even what they're holding on to and guarding, it's blocking this reunion. So let me see why the Seven of Cups is in reverse. Show me the Seven of Cups in reverse. All right, we have Judgment, another card of reconciliation, and then we have the World. Yeah, so you want a fresh, clean start here. You've made up your mind. You're basically saying, look, this is the person for me. This is my person. Now, you want to go in and recreate this and start from a clean slate. You want to build this relationship out the way you want it. And you're basically saying, you know, we're both holding on to stuff. We need to let bygones be bygones. Let's close that out so that the beautiful life that we are trying to create can be created here. We have no other choice but to do that if we want to reconcile. I do feel like you're trying to use good judgment, and I also feel like your judgment calls are coming from a place of clarity. So like I said earlier, those days of everything being very like up in the air, feeling like confusion and heartbreak, those days are over. Let me see why the Three of Swords is in reverse. Show me the Three of Swords in reverse. All right, so we have the Nine of Cups reversed, we have the Chariot reversed, and then we have this Page of Pentacles. All right, so Pisces, I am seeing that you've done a lot of healing. Some of you are choosing not to move forward with this person. Some of you are choosing, however, to close out this cycle of heartbreak and to move forward with some sort of an offer. I don't know if they're giving you an offer or you're giving them an offer, but for some of you, this is a new person. Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Pages can sometimes be new people. So I have to say, some of it, I'm seeing two timelines. I see one where you're basically looking at this, you're considering it, and you're blocking it. You're saying, what was here? I tried to create something new. I tried to let bygones be bygones. But at the end of the day, I've decided to close this out and start a new cycle with someone else. This is basically you having that revelation that this is not going to go anywhere, that it's not even what you want anymore. And it's because you've had a realization and there is someone new. Now, others of you, I do feel like you love this person, but you are blocking this reconciliation. And you're blocking the reconciliation because you realize that both of you are holding on to the past. You're tightly holding on to that. There's grudges, there's issues that occurred between the two of you, and you're trying to close that out. And until that gets closed out and you can recreate this relationship, you're basically saying, no, I can't move forward with that. It's not what I want. What I want is something fresh, something new. What we had before broke my heart. And what we are trying to do here is create something new. So take it as it resonates for you. Now, let's look at this person's intentions. Spirit, we have the Six of Swords. Why is that here? This is a soulmate. Got the Six of Cups there. So it is soulmate energy. You may have known this person a long time, or perhaps even from childhood, or perhaps you knew them in a previous lifetime. So yeah, this person basically dipped on this connection. They moved away from it, but they were always still holding on to your energy because they love you. They feel like you are a soulmate. I do see them being not really investing, though. There's a lack of action. There's a lack of investment. It's almost like this person wants you to chase them. They're holding on to you, but they want you to come to them. They want you to woo them. And until you do that, they're like saying, no, I can't really invest. Let me see the Death card in reverse. Yeah, this person feels like they have a lot to offer, but you can't see it. You can't see what it is they're offering. Ace of Wands reversed. Eight of Cups reversed. Yeah, that's them coming back in. And for some of you, you're not accepting it. You're blocking them entirely. But for others of you, like this person is trying to return into your energy, and they just feel like you're not able to see what they're bringing to the table. They're feeling a bit disrespected here. Yeah. And I do feel like this person has wanted this new beginning with you ever since the ending here. But they're not really, it doesn't look like they're really acknowledging the pain that you're going through. It seems more like it's about them. Let me see. I do see him moving back towards you, though. Let me see the King of Wands in reverse. This person could pop up on you, and if they do, they might be bringing you a gift of some sort. Again, look at fall time frame. Yeah, Two of Cups. They're definitely coming towards you to work things out. Eight of Coins. They may not be taking the action right now, but they're coming. They are coming. They see what it is they wanted you to reach out. They wanted you to come to them. And because you're not, even though they've left that door open, they're going to be approaching you. That's the offer that some of you are seeing. But here's the thing, Pisces, is some of you are going to say no because you've already met somebody new. Others of you will accept it. It'll be a period of forward movement that's on a solid basis after a long period where you were doing healing, where you were, clearing up everything that had occurred. Let me see. Some of you, this person is having to come towards you physically because you have them blocked on social media. Let me see the Four of Pentacles. Show me the energy between Pisces and this person. You might be dealing with a Gemini or a Libra or a Capricorn. Oh, you think they're toxic. Yeah, you're blocking. So you're either blocking any kind of toxic energy, because like I said, some of you do want the reconciliation. Others of you, this is an offer of reconciliation and you're like, yeah, I want to reconcile, but you're toxic. So no, I'm closing this out. Others of you are saying, I'll block anything toxic. I'm not over what took place here. I remember everything that happened. So I have to be guarded with you. I have to make sure that you're not approaching me with toxic energy. And what this is saying is that you're blocking toxic energy. And if that means blocking this person, you will. Now, the good news is that this person is coming towards you in a balanced way. And they're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to make things right between the two of you. They've put a lot of thought into this. So I do see them coming towards you in a positive way. Let me see, show me what's affecting the connection. But you may be still holding on to the past, and therefore you're kind of saying, nah, I don't believe it. You're still toxic. So yeah, you'll have to use your discernment. Let me see, show me what's affecting this connection. Page of Cups reversed, the Star card, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, some of you are no longer single. So when this person comes towards you, you're going to be like, not today, Satan. I closed that out. I'm not doing that. You can take your little offer of reconciliation and shove it where the sun don't shine. I've got somebody new. I'm not single anymore. But they're hopeful. They're in that case, for those of you that do have somebody new, they're hopeful that you'll end that. They want you to end that. They feel like that the two of you have such a deep past, and they feel that you are not completely past them or over them. And so they know that you have felt a deep loss in this connection. This could have been a codependent relationship, and you may have, kind of as you were healing, you may have discovered that. But I feel like you're in a very healed state. I can see where, for those of you that have a new relationship, you're still going to close this out. For those of you that, are still open to this person, you're going to block anything that this person is doing that is toxic. Even though you miss them, even though you love them, you know that if you go back into the same energy, it's just going to, create that codependent toxic connection. And so you're saying no, in that case, you're saying No, we have to create something brand new, something balanced, something that's, you know, it could be wonderful, but it has to be grounded both emotionally and physically. It can't just be, you know, this crazy toxic energy that we once had. So in their energy, if you are moving on with somebody new, they're hoping you'll end it and come back to them. And for those of you that are still open to this person, I do feel like they are going to kind of fail to see what it is you're trying to do here to create this new relationship. And so I feel like they're going to feel that they have to pull back, that you're holding back from them, that you're not wanting this relationship. And they're going to kind of put up their guard a little bit. But it is going to cause them to look back at the past and everything that's occurred. And that will ultimately bring about healing. So, but it will create some instability in the short term. All right, so let me look at your outcome. You might be dealing with an Aquarius. All right, 2 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the 6 of Swords in the reverse. Now, their first card out was the 6 of Swords in the upright, so this person is definitely doing an about face. So in your outcome, there's a realization here that things cannot progress forward in a positive way until healing has taken place. If there's still this toxic energy, it's going to yield stuck energy, secrets, you know, things that are not conducive to a solid relationship. And so in the outcome, there's going to be something revealed to you, or you're going to have an epiphany regarding this energy that was stuck and how to move things forward. Some of you have already decided that this is not your person anymore, and you will be moving forward with somebody new. But this is going to cause you to doubt your decision a little bit. Now, for others of you, what you're doing here is you're looking at this and you're saying, I need to know everything. I'm not willing to deal with toxic energy. I've done too much healing on myself. And so you're making a decision to accept their offer, but you're not going to be dealing with the toxic energy. You're putting a halt to that. You don't want it, you're putting a halt to it. And because you know that it's going to lead you back into this painful energy. So you're definitely the one who's making the decisions on this. This person who's coming in, they are coming in to work things out. They do feel you slowing them down, and they're going to realize that things cannot progress forward as long as they're bringing in chaotic energy. And they do want to work it out. This person is in love with you, Pisces, and they do want to work it out. So it's really ultimately going to be your decision about whether you turn that Wheel of Fortune in their favor or not. Bottom of the deck is the Tower. Interesting. All right, Scorpio energy here, but basically that is telling me that this epiphany that you're having and sharing with them, because you're both having this epiphany, and them revealing that they still have these feelings for you, this is going to be quite a surprise. It's going to be a shock. It's going to be a real shock. So I do see a Tower moment coming, because you may not be expecting this person to be coming back in. But here they come. Surprise, surprise. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, Pisces. Like I said, I see 2 timelines. Some of you are going to move forward with this person conditionally. Others of you want nothing to do with them. You just feel that they are toxic and you're not doing it. All right, number 40, it says, do not hide your light. All right, so let's read that. What is the light that we hold within? The love we have, the fullness of our dreams, the urge for joy that we shackle till we give ourselves limits that make us feel blinded to the truth of all that we are. The light within you is longing to be freed. It will not vanish or be stolen or shrivel if you take it from its hidden place. Bring it forth and let the light within you lead. Know that the sense of being the only person with this strange shining within will be replaced in time with the knowledge that your light helps us all escape our prisons, and that your light illuminates the darkness of the lonesome world. The world needs your light. I second that. That is a beautiful message. And you know, Pisces are generally very loving creatures. So, you know, don't hide your light, Pisces. I hope this reading has been helpful. If you have resonated with this reading, Pisces, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Pisces, know that you are loved, and namaste.